everybody, I'm Dee and this is Nino. This is our very first video together. We'll tell you what we're doing here in a minute, so I want to introduce the kids. Kids!
Yeah, there you go.
And the dog.
I'm Dream!
Say hi, Dream.
Hi,
Say hi, Dream.
Hi.
Say hello, world.
Hi.
Alright, say bye.
Bye. I'm melting.
Okay, so we're here and we're going to talk about how we got here, right? And what the vision is for our family and our future goals. So question number one, what got you started on the idea of having dog kennels?
I think the original thought was, I've always had dogs growing up, and it never seemed like a pet or a job or anything like that. It's always been an extension of the family. So trying to think of ways to supplement income for myself, to not really be employed by anybody else, but employ myself. I thought what better avenue to take than breeding dogs, just for the simple fact I don't think it'll be like work. I think it'll be more like a family-oriented deal that I would enjoy doing for a long time.
And why did you pick boxers? Because we have a dog, Dream. How'd you pick our name first?
Dream comes from the concept of the business actually being my dream coming true, and she is the first building block towards that dream. And I kind of like symbolism as far as names. I like symbolism as far as thought process. And so I thought, what better way to always have where you come from and where you started, a part of it, so you never forget where you came from. And Dream kind of summarized that all together.
And why did you pick boxers to start with, to breed?
I think I've always had a love for them from when I was younger. My grandmother stayed next door to an old man named Mr. Rice that had boxers, and I've been infatuated with them ever since. I've never had the chance to own one, but I've had so many different dog breeds throughout life. I think it was just like, man, give it a try. And then once we got Dream, it kind of really just put everything into perspective, like this is the breed that we should go with. Based on everything that I read up on the breed and based on everything that I know about them, having one here at the house kind of just like helped the idea of that breed being what we want to go with, settle in a little bit more.
Right, so we had a Doberman, a Min Pin before, and so this is totally different than Min Pin.
Well, size of the breed is one of the factors, but I'm kind of blown away by the characteristics that boxers have as far as the loyalty, as far as being as smart as they are. You know, she does a lot of things at an early age that it takes dogs of other breeds to be able to do when they get older. And then I've experienced other dogs like German Shepherds, Chows, Huskies, and things of that nature, Rottweilers. And so I kind of also wanted to get a dog that's, you know, very much a crossover dog, you know what I mean? Kind of break some of the barriers or stereotypes that boxers have in, you know, different communities. It's kind of looked at to be a certain community's dog, and I think with the right people advertising these dogs, I think they'll be able to cross over into different communities and be something in households that people love and cherish for a long time.
So what surprised you about Dream so far? Because she is 10 months now?
10 months, yeah.
Yeah, so we've had her less than a year. So what have you learned or what surprised you about?
Probably how smart they are. You know, dogs always have characteristics that they always come into as they get older. But I'm really blown away with how easily she's trained. You know, some dogs are known for being more stubborn than others, but with this particular breed, you know, she's being above and beyond what's been written or documented about them. So I'm interested to see, you know, what a whole litter of them will be.
Before we get to litters, next weekend, big weekend, right?
Yeah.
What's going on next weekend?
Next weekend we pick up another puppy, the boy that makes the dream come true even more. And we'll be meeting in Turl, Texas, have a breeder that's out of Louisiana, and hooked up with her. And you know, it's been a process getting a second puppy, and long awaited. You know, it's been a very patience testing journey, but you know, good things come to people that are patient and they wait. And so we got our dog, Boss. Oh, we'll have our dog.
Soon. What is it going to be like to have 2 dogs?
New experience for me as far as 2 big dogs inside the house. I've had dogs outside, you know, in big numbers, but as far as having 2 dogs, that not necessarily a large breed, but bigger than min pins and stuff like that, it's going to be a different experience for me as well. So I'm looking forward to this part of the journey.
Right, and having another boy in the house.
Yeah, we'll still be outnumbered. But yeah, to have some masculinity in the house would be good.
Is there anything you want to add about this experience, especially trying to start a business during pandemic, during social unrest? We're both teachers, so we have that aspect of life as well. What do you think about this next part?
I'm cool with it. Should I pray on it and move on? I think having a business during the pandemic, you know what I mean, would have been better, you know, if this was further along in the process, you know what I mean, to where you don't have to necessarily be dependent on other income during the pandemic. But, you know, we kind of had this designed and planned before any of this hit. And, you know, now that we see what's here, it's kind of like just navigating the waters per se and continuing on with the vision. I don't think it'd be wise on our part to say us, oh, it's a pandemic, let's not take this risk on entrepreneurship. I think this is a grand time to, you know, really hone in and focus on what we want to do and execute the plan.
So, beginning vision, I want to commend you for wanting to have a business to pass on to our daughters should they decide that's something they want to do in the future, that they kind of have a pathway on their journey. So I know that was part of this too.
Right. I think it's real big in the Black community to be able to instill those core values of entrepreneurship and ownership and doing things for yourself. You know, no knock to our parents and how we were raised, but you know, the way I was raised was, you know, you work till you're 65 and you retire, and that's pretty much it. But for me, I wanted more freedom from, you know, being under the jurisdiction of somebody else's opinion or somebody else's rule. I want to be able to wake up when I want to go to work. I want to be able to vacation when I want to. But at the same time, I want to be able to create an atmosphere with our girls that shows them the example of what it is to start off on your own, to invest in yourself, to take a risk, the peaks and valleys of what it is to be in ownership. And the earlier that they learn those lessons, the more prepared that they'll be when they go on their own journeys of entrepreneurship themselves. And if it's something that they really love to do, which it seems they do, it might be something that they want to continue after I'm done with it. So just laying the foundation, the platform to break the cycle of what we call work, investing in ourselves, and just creating a different thought process in how we do things, and doing stuff for ourselves rather than depending on others for income.
Right. And we've never done this before, so no time like the present to start the journey and let you guys come along with us as we have the ups and the downs and mistakes and whatnot, but we just want to document everything.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, as they say.
Yeah, the journey has begun.